Well, hello and welcome on in on this chilly Sunday morning. Down to the boardwalk, it is the New York Stars hosting North Park Hockey here in a Tier 2 New York State Amateur Hockey Association qualifying game. And these two teams have already met several times this season. The Stars on the better end of it. 2 out of the 3 times. North Park looking to even that up in the head-to-head matchup for the season series. It's North Park coming in on a tie last night, came back late against the Dix Hills Hawks, took an early lead. In fact, the Hawks ended up going up a goal late, and it was North Park that struck back very late on in a 6-on-5 situation. It ended up 6-6, and then here at the Stark, it was the Stars dropping a decision to the Cyclones. That was a tight game, separated just by a late goal. And so both of these teams trying to get their first W of the weekend here today down at Coney Island. We're going to give you an extended look in. 3 minutes left to go on the warm-up period. From the boardwalk, this is Midnight Sports. All right, just a little last-minute strategy going on at the Stars bench, same as at the North Park net. We expect Bo Bickoff between the pipes here for North Park. We'll see who the Stars are going to put in the blue paint here today once they roll out onto the ice. This is a New York State qualifying game. Should be North Park's last, maybe the Stars' last qualifying game as well. But that doesn't mean the season's over here on Midnight Sports. Still plenty of games to come on this channel. And so go ahead and hit that like, follow, or subscribe button so you don't miss a moment of the New York Stars 18U or the North Park 18U season in the weeks that remain. All right, the strategy sessions continue. We'll see who Coach O'Brien throws over the boards first to match up with Coach Rayner's North Park Hockey Club. It's North Park in their road blue and green jerseys. Of course, the Stars in their home white sweaters. Looks like it'll be Nikolaitis, Bolonic, Bizarro as the forwards. And it is Ramos and Druda as the defenders to kick us off here today. They'll be in front of Johnny Weiss between the pipes today. We'll see who's in front of Bo Bickoff in a second. Down at the boardwalk, 3 15-minute periods. This one can end in a tie. It's not an EJ game. It's a New York State game. Over the boards comes Tenenbaum, Keyworth, Farrow, Finkelstein, and Meyerwich. And so we are just about ready to get rolling. Getting ready to get down here at the boardwalk. And it looks like we are ready to go. Goaltenders checked, scorekeeper checked. It's Tenenbaum and Bolonic. Clean win there by North Park, but pouring forward was Bizarro. He's able to work it over to Ramos, who sticks it farther in the zone. Turning now is Farrow, tries to whack it past, but it was Bolonic able to fire it across the zone. Now Nikolaitis gets it back, chipped on goal. Bickoff with a big save early on, as it was Bizarro lurking in front off the Nikolaitis shot pass. And it was deflected on net. Bickoff with his first save of the day, and it was a big one in tight, as that redirection was straight on target. And so over the boards comes Meller to take this drop. He's got some OC to his left. Looks like Halpern and Grebin in the slot, joined by Vigliotti far side. That puck doesn't make it all the way around on the rack around. It hits the side of the cage instead, so it's the Stars through Druda firing in. Deflection carried to the corner, and now Vigliotti tries the breakout. Nikolaitis able to intercept a pass, but Halpern comes back in the other direction, jumps it all the way to Grebin, who can give chase. Grebin watched by Druda there in the corner. Druda sends it to the far side of the ice. Circling is Bizarro. Picks it up. Zone exit connects. It goes off a skate, so there'll be no icing here. Nikolaitis is going to be first to it, side of the net. Stops and delays. Looks for a trailer in front. Finds it. Bickoff gets all the way across. A huge save for North Park there as Bickoff threw the big right leg pad out. Rolling puck in on net. Nikolaitis gets jammed up. Can't get stick on puck, and so it rolls to Grebin, who can take a long shot in. Big rebound there. Weiss gets across, makes two saves. And so it's end-to-end action here in the early going. This is O'Day carrying forward. Kishlevsky, his high school teammate, able to poke the puck off his stick. And so North Park resets. It's Keyworth across for Farrow. Farrow on up. He was looking for a passing lane. Instead gets the puck back himself. Bergman had done well to jam up the zone breakout. North Park tries the far side of the ice and dumps on in. Stars retrieve on that far side. It's Sweeney reaching for the puck, joined there by Kishlevsky on the forecheck. And it's Kishlevsky able to hold the puck in the offensive end. It rolls free, and O'Day works that puck up to the top of the zone and out because of the good work of Russo, who works it over to Bergman. Farrow able to reach against his old club teammate there and keep that puck from entering the North Park zone. Here comes Tenenbaum. Shot out of a cannon through the middle of the ice. Tries to go around a man, and O'Day says no. With 12:50 left to play here in the first period, it's Halpern all the way back. He finds Keyworth, and Keyworth will cycle that just a bit deeper. Tenenbaum picks up behind his own net. It's Tenenbaum on the puck. Filtered all the way up and through. This one's going to go for an icing, as it wasn't touched by any sticks on the way through. Make a wish. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. 12:34 left to play here in the first. Thank you, DB, for showing everybody I'm not just making it up on the fly like I usually am. If your commentator is off the rails, it's Midnight Sports. It's Miller at the dot, wins it out of the zone. Ramos will turn with Druda to pick up at their own blue line. Druda, a little pitch and catch there with Ramos, who works that puck on up to Isakov, and eventually Gorloff will give chase up the right wing. Halpern first to it, makes it over to Samosi. Samosi whips that around for Meyerowicz. Puck comes out of the zone again. Ramos dumps in once more, and the Stars tag up on the delayed offside. Rolling puck finds Isakov. He's able to dump on in. Pizarro and Gorloff will give chase. Halpern first to it, works it over for Samosi. That's spun up for Meyerowicz. He pulls it off the boards, and now in full flight is Meller. Julian Meller into the offensive zone, tries a drop pass, can't quite connect. And that puck pinballs around just a bit at the Stars' blue line, and so the Stars will pick that all the way up deep in their zone. It's O'Day up for Pizarro, a little too hot to handle, so Keyworth across now to pick up at his own blue line. Works it up toward Meller, who takes a hit from Viscoso there. And it'll be the Stars right back in the other direction. They try to carry it farther. Farrow able to get stick on puck, work it up to Grebin. Across was Meyerowicz to try and pick it up there. Instead, the Stars come away with it from Pizarro to Belonik. Killer Bees on the ice right now, trying to get that puck a little farther forward. And it's North Park that comes away with it through Tenenbaum. He's going to use the curved glass to find Grebin. Grebin has Vigliotti ahead of him. Long shot in on Weiss. Saved nicely to the side of the net. This is O'Day now. Getting washed out of the play from Tenenbaum, but Nikolaitis comes back and jabs that up the board. Strong side. Keyworth will have to pick up at his own blue line. This game's calmed down just a little bit after a very active first 2 minutes, but it's Nikolaitis trying to track in. Keyworth able to get skate on puck to prevent the threat and then joust that puck forward for Vigliotti to try and pick up in the corner. It's Grebin to Keyworth. He goes between the legs, shoots, and Weiss able to make the save. And we'll get a stoppage in play here as Pizarro and Vigliotti say good morning to each other on that far side of the ice. Old club teammates saying hello and perhaps discussing who they think might win the Super Bowl this evening. 10:31 left to go in this first period. It'll be Meller at the dot. Clean win by North Park there, but pouring forward is Riley Bergman. He's able to work that on up, and Rosick gives chase. It's Rosick all the way behind the North Park net, carries it through the zone, spins it deep again for Russo, throws it off the side of the cage. Bergman finds a trailer in, Rosick shot in, but the Ice Monster gobbles that up. Ensuing shot goes wide of the cage. It's Druda now, helping the Stars tilt the ice. Good stick lift by Meller on Russo, prevents the shot on goal, and so Ramos all the way back to his own blue line, and it's the Stars able to work that puck deep into the offensive zone. Samosi slaps it on around for Sweeney. Sweeney breakout pass to Meller. Meller into the offensive zone, joined by Sweeney there, tries to stick it forward. It comes off the skate, and Weiss able to throw the big mitt over it. And so with 9:39 left to go in this first period, we get a stoppage in play. Time enough to catch your breath as the sun streams through the tiled windows here at Abe Stark. It's a beautiful day in the rink, a chilly one outside, so we're so happy you've joined us here on Midnight Sports. It's the Stars taking that face-off win, working it to the neutral zone, but not past Tenenbaum. Tenenbaum shoots in, kick save and a butte by Weiss. Nikolaitis now on the breakout, looks for Gorloff, just comes off his stick. North Park resets at the logo, over for Sweeney in front of the advertising boards. He dumps in, Kashlevsky able to jab that farther. Off the end boards the puck goes, and the Stars look to settle it down near side of the ice. Kashlevsky first to it, works it just a little bit deeper, but Druda and Nikolaitis combine to keep that puck pinned against the half wall until it rolls free to Ramos. He jabs it out of the zone, does Ramos, and look out. Now it's Gorloff one-on-one with Farrow shooting in. It was Farrow who deflected that puck to the end boards, and then Bickoff with the follow-up save, and Keyworth in full stride now. He goes skate to stick, 2-on-2 with Kashlevsky. Back is O'Day, long reach there, shot comes in, saved by Weiss. Keyworth throws that to the far corner, And it'll be Kishlevsky on the forecheck now as the Stars try a long stretch pass that connects. Look out, Nikolaitis in a partial break in, and he shoots just wide of the net. Oh, that puck had hopped over all the sticks on the stretch pass. Nikolaitis had it, but just ran out of real estate at the last second. He had to stop fully at the blue line, and so it was hard to get fully up to speed because you know Nikolaitis doesn't miss many of those. It's Bolognic now coming up to the offensive zone with Nikolaitis. Looks for the return pass just out of his reach, and so Halpern can get that puck out of trouble. This one's going to roll all the way down. Icing already washed, though, as the Stars were close to it on the zone breakout. It's O'Day having that puck roll off a stick. Now Meller, his high school teammate, shoots in, and Weiss with a nice save between the leg pads, and O'Day over to talk about his Super Bowl pick with his high school teammate Julian Meller. 7:43 left to go here in the first period. Shots 6-2 in North Park's favor. Although you have to say the teams have traded some grade A chances, and the netminders have been up to the task thus far in this one. It's Halpern on down for Finkelstein. Finkelstein watched wide by Ramos. Puck rolls in to the slot, all down low. Weiss aggressive, able to kick that out nicely. And so it'll be Bizarro back in the other direction. Bizarro into the offensive end, joined on the rush by Bolognic, tries to filter it across to him. And that puck rolled through the blue paint, and now Halpern in full stride. He's going to be watched there by Druda, who pushes him wide. Shot goes wide, and Ramos across to try and move that puck up and out of the zone. Samosi's pinched all the way in. He finds Meller, back to Samosi, and it was a stick lift by Bizarro, who finds Nikolaitis. Now in a full break, Nikolaitis in. Bickoff with the big leather, able to flash the glove and make a save. And with 6:57 left to go, this game's intensity has picked up here in the first period. It was Nikolaitis on the breakaway, and Bickoff said no. Well, ensuing faceoff, we'll see Russo matched up with Tenenbaum. It's Tenenbaum trying to tie Russo up. He gets a shot off anyway. Bickoff all the way across. And he made a couple of saves in quick succession there. Did number 4 for North Park. And so Keyworth looks for Grebin on the headman pass just out of his reach. This one will go for an icing. A couple of saves in quick succession there for Bickoff. Keeps this game at goose eggs. And so with 6:40 left to go here in the first period, this is going to be a face-off down in the North Park end, far side of the ice. It's Tenenbaum and Russo again. It was Russo with the quick trigger on the face-off. This time Keyworth able to get stick on puck and send it on up to Vigliotti. Vigliotti carries forward, joined by Grebin on the rush. Pass just handcuffs Grebin a touch, and so it's the Stars now in a 2-on-0 in the other direction. The Stars all the way across. Getting back was Farrow with a huge play to break up the pass on what had turned into a 2-on-1 in the end. And so the Stars will need to reset. North Park playing with fire right now. That's 3 odd-man rushes for the Stars. And still, it's North Park pressing forward to try and keep possession of that puck in the offensive end. Instead, this will be Bergman in a 2-on-1. Halpern in the middle, and Bergman all the way across. He was looking for Russo. That pass ended up having to go just a little bit behind because Halpern had done well on the passing lane. Bergman with a drop pass here for Rosick. Instead, dispossessed by Tenenbaum, and now pucks flying everywhere. This one's going to go for an icing. O'Day did well to slow skate that one to buy his team an offensive zone draw. And so with 5:36 left to go in the first period, it's the Stars with the better of the chances thus far, but North Park has had their own grade A opportunities, and yet we're knotted up here at zeros. This is Meller trying to win that puck forward. Instead, Stars dump it to the far side of the zone. Sweeney on the breakout for Halpern, who flicks it off the glass, going all the way back now. Will be Viscoso for the puck. He's watched there by Kishlevsky. And Meller able to keep that puck at the blue line for a moment until Steph Gorloff pushed it just out of the defensive zone. Sweeney now turning at the advertising boards, trying to jab it farther. Instead, it will be Samosi digging that puck out for Halpern. Halpern gains the line, flicks in, fluttering puck all the way to the end boards. And North Park looks to keep the zone. Rolling puck side of the cage was sticked forward there by Sweeney and saved nicely by Weiss. And so with 4:58 left to go here in the first, shots are 8-7 now in North Park's favor, as the Stars had been tilting the ice in the last 90 seconds or so up until that North Park shot. Well, this is the Stars getting it up to the blue line, but not out. Halpern dumps it in just a bit deeper for Tenenbaum. And now Koslewski and Finkelstein, that's just Finkelstein out there, saw the two, not the one. It was Finkelstein racking that around far side of the ice. Zone exit ends up working here for the Stars. Gorloff pushes it farther, takes a hit to make a play from Meyerowicz. And it'll be Finkelstein getting the puck back, skating up the left wing. It's Finkelstein into the offensive end, pushed wide by Druda. And the shot comes in, but it was an easy one for Weiss. He'd be happy to see all of those shots all day long if he could. It was good work by Druda to tie up Finkelstein on the near side of the ice. And so it'll be an offensive zone draw for North Park, who look to have 12 skaters here today. And the Stars ever so slightly short benched as well. And so you'd expect quick line changes on the ice today. It's Keyworth, slapper in, high and wide of the cage. He was able to keep the puck in the zone. Nikolaitis all the way back. It's a long toss that's going to connect to Bizarro, and so Farrow all the way back. Bizarro side of the cage tries to pick that near post. Instead, Bickoff catches it in the equipment and then does a little shimmy shake there to get the puck loose. It was a good save by Bickoff as Bizarro was trying to get him to move post to post before releasing the puck. It's Druda and Ramos as the defenders. Nikolaitis in the slot, joined by Vigliotti, Grebin, and Keyworth in blue. And it was Bizarro trying to win that puck forward. A couple North Park sticks in the way, and so Vigliotti will find Grebin 2-on-2 into the offensive end. Screen shot, sticked aside, kicked on frame, and then covered. And then it was a little after action. Belonik on Vigliotti there, just as the whistle went, and so no one complaining too much on the ice. With 3:48 left to go in the first, we'll keep an eye on that Vigliotti and Belonik situation to see if they square up. That would be two big boys going at it on the ice, and not square up as in fighting, but just in terms of hitting. It was the lead pass up to Bizarro that just bounced over a couple of sticks, and so the Stars ice the puck with 3:35 left to go here in the first period. And this will be an offensive zone drop for North Park. Miller at the dot, Grebin and Halpern on the near side of the ice. Puck rolls toward Grebin, and Viscoso able to watch him wide as the Stars emerge with it. It's the Stars skating that puck forward. Rosick all the way into the offensive end. Samosi gets stick on puck to send it to the corner. Rosick moves it to the near side. Russo and Grebin lock horns on that near side. Viscoso will fire in, sticked aside by Bickoff, and now Vigliotti pumps that off the glass, but not out. Stars keep possession. It was O'Day and Bergman combining to keep that puck in the zone. Batted off a few players there, but eventually it's Halpern who takes over, and that's sent up and out. And that puck rolls to Meller's skates. He touches it. It will go down as a hand pass. And so 2:54 left to go here in the first period. It will be a face-off in the neutral zone. Interesting that they're going to drop this in the neutral zone. Bizarro wanted an explanation there, as it probably should have come back into the North Park zone, as that's where the puck was released from on the hand pass, but instead it's a puck that comes in. Bickoff gets back to that far post as the shot came in from the Stars. Now Viscoso in. Bickoff able to send that to the far half wall. It's a good save because the rebound he directed all the way over to the far side of the zone. Now Bizarro in tight, shooting in. Bickoff sealed that near post, and the Stars want more. All the way across. Look out, Bickoff diving, makes the save. Oh, and what a save it was on the Stars shot from the far side of the ice. This one on net. And they're going to call an icing here. That was kicked aside by Weiss. And the North Park bench wants an explanation on the icing call. Weiss made the save. And Coach Raynar wants an explanation here as to why this is a face-off all the way in the North Park zone. Well, I guess what they say is true. The puck luck washes out. It's Bizarro shooting in. And it's saved by Bickoff. North Park would have been right to feel aggrieved on that, as that long shot from their own end led to an erroneous icing call and already a chance here for the Stars. But the puck stays in the zone. Ramos shoots in, fought off by Bickoff. And it'll be Tenenbaum and Farrow combining to get this puck up towards Sweeney, who chips it off the boards, but it's not out just yet. Stars still with possession of the puck. That one racked wide. 1:40 left to go in this first period as the puck rolls on that far side of the ice, dumped in once more. And this will be Keyworth pushing Nicolaitis just wide. Now shot in by Druda. Bickoff able to glove that out of the air onto the ice, freeze the same, and take a little bit of the sting out of this sequence. Shots have been totally flipped on their head here. 17-12 now in the Stars' favor. And that's a pretty good approximation of how the last couple of minutes of this game has gone. This is Meller, Farrell, Meyerowicz, Finkelstein, and Keyworth in blue. As Keyworth sends that up and out, Ramos and Druda can give chase, but it'll be an icing, and so Gorloff, Rosick, and Izakov can stay down in the offensive end in those white sweaters for this drop after North Park had iced the puck. This will be Farrow off the ice now. And that's a face-off won by North Park over to the near side. Finkelstein can retrieve off the curved wall. Finkelstein pours forward in the offensive end. A wrister gets blocked to the near corner. And now it's Meyerowicz trying to touch it farther there. Meller and Finkelstein combine to get that puck toward the end boards. But this will be Ramos pulling it off those end boards, working it up for Gorloff. And then Meller can jab it farther for Meyerowicz. He gets upended. Meyerowicz still on the puck. Takes a big hit from Rosick there, but across was Halpern to hold the zone, and Samosi shoots that over to Meyerowicz. The one-timer was available, but the pass was just a little bit too hot to handle. And we're going to get a call here for cross-checking as Meyerowicz was thrown into the boards. Might be Rosick going to the box with 42.2 left to go in this first period. He disagrees with the call. But as we often say, it is just the folks wearing stripes opinions that count out there on the ice. And so, goose eggs on the scoreboard, 2 minutes on the penalty clock, and 40 seconds left to go in the first. It's a skater advantage for North Park. Penalty killing unit out there for the Stars. And it is Bolonik, Viscoso, Nicolaitis, and O'Day. Now it's a one-timer that Keyworth had to delay on just a bit. Turned into a snapshot as he was looking to get that puck on net. Had to settle it from it being on edge. 15 seconds left to go. Deflection was on there in front. It reached Weiss's pads instead. And so Halpern keeps the zone. It's North Park trying to jab that up and out. Some good crisscrossing there by the Stars. Finds Nicolaitis into the offensive end. He'll shoot in, trying to pick that corner. Bickoff shoulders it aside. And so just one shot aside so far on the North Park power play. 1:18 left to go on the man advantage. When we come back, we'll put 15 on the board, do it all over again for the period of the long change. This is Midnight Sports.
The cookies are all made, and the baking's all done. It's time to sit on down on the couch. She's earned it. That's right. It's Midnight Sports. Your grandma loves to watch.
echoes howl, daylight breaks in shattered ground. Engine roars like beast on fire, chasing dreams on broken wire. Pedal down, the rush is real, heartbeat sync with spinning wheel. Lights flash by in blurry streak, highway signs too fast to peak. Running on fumes, can't slow down, foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out, living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Hands grip tight the steering wheel, stealing nerves against the field. Rolling hills and sharp descents, never stop a soul hell-bent. Radio blares adrenaline, fingers tap on skin and tin. Horizon looms but never near, push the limits, lose the fear. Running on fumes, can't slow down, foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out, living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Running on fumes, can't slow down, foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out, living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Running on fumes, can't slow down, foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out, living life loud, no fear, no doubt.
All right, we put 15 on the clock as promised. We're ready to roll here for the second period. It is a North Park power play. They'll pour in off Greben's stick. And that puck hops over the blue line. It's touched farther and out. Could have been offside. No call as the Stars had pumped it just out of the zone. Greben gets set up, sends it all the way across. He finds Keyworth over there, who sends it up to Halpern, top of the slot. 57 seconds left to go here on the man advantage. One-timer. Keyworth couldn't get full purchase on it. Gets a Bronx cheer there from the Stars bench as he had tried to put stick on puck. Good stick lift there by Tenenbaum, and Ramos gets right back in position as you'd expect from the veteran defender. So the puck rolls up to Halpern and back to Tenenbaum. Tenenbaum stalks in, tries to pick a spot. Puck rolls around in the blue paint. Weiss with a couple of saves and a little help from his friends. It was Druda who was able to send that out of harm's way. And so North Park has to reset. Mikey Druda with the play of the day so far. That puck had sat in the blue paint. It was a great save by Weiss, but it came off the face mask and popped behind the leg pad, and Druda sent that up and out. And now on the penalty kill, Nicolaitis first to it, throws it in front. Reaching for it is Keyworth after making a save with his skate. Of course, Bickoff was back and ready anyway, but now Keyworth strides forward. 5-on-5 hockey. That puck stick to some open ice, and it's the Stars in a 3-on-2 here if they hurry. Drop pass connects to Rosick. He fires in high of the cage, and Vigliotti can clean that puck up to the near point. Tenenbaum will pick up in the offensive end. He gets hit by O'Day there and sends it in on net, and so skates collide. And just a shot on goal by North Park. 13-16 left to go here in the second. As we'll be back to regular line combinations now that we have a whistle for that stoppage after the shot. North Park looking to get their personnel out on the ice. And it's North Park skating back to the bench here. They are the visitors, and so the Stars get last change on every stoppage. In any event, it's Samosi taking that face-off win, sending it in on net, saved by Weiss. And now O'Day can track that down and send it over to Bergman. Bergman sticks it farther. Looking for it there was Russo. He finds it, bats it off the boards for Bergman once again. Bergman trying to set up a shot. He'll find Rosick instead, who throws it to some open ice. And Farrow goes shoulder to shoulder with Russo. Stars send that in on net, rolls in front. And this is going to be a penalty against Samosi for tripping, as the Stars were ended behind the net. It was Russo who kept the legs churning. He holds the arm just a little bit coming off the ice. And so, of course, you hope he's just fine as he heads to the bench, seems to be, with a smile on his face. And so 12:47 left to go here in the second period. Goose eggs on the board, but 2 minutes on the penalty clock against North Park. So they'll send the penalty killers over the boards. This will be Meller at the dot, tying his man up there. Finkelstein tries to pull it farther, but Bizarro comes away with it. It's Bizarro lurking, sends it over to Rosick, near side of the ice, all the way back across for Bizarro. Gets handcuffed by the pass, but picks up that loose puck. He's watched wide by Halpern. Now up to O'Day, top of the slot, down to Bizarro, looks to stalk in. Puck rolls off a stick, and on top of him was Halpern. Bizarro did well to calmly move that puck down to Nikolaitis, all the way across for Rosick. Rosick in front, shot just high off the dasher. O'Day's going to hold the zone, though, as Meller reaches for it. It's Nikolaitis back on the puck, surveys his options. Bizarro calls for it top of the slot, but Nikolaitis will skate that in tight, throws it across. Bickoff says no, and now it will be the net coming off its moorings. And we get a finger point toward the net, but not the one the Stars wanted, as it was the net off its moorings instead of a puck in the back of the net. And so with 12:03 left to go here in the second, still 1:16 left to go on the man advantage for the Stars, we're going to have a face-off in the North Park zone. This is Grebin, Halpern, Tenenbaum, and North Park needs one extra skater out there. This will be Farrow to head out there to complete the four for the visitors. And North Park already ejected from the circle here because of this delay. All right, this is Grebin at the dot against Bizarro. Bizarro chips it forward. North Park able to send that up and out, though. And the Stars will have to give chase all the way back to their own end. Settling the puck is Weiss. Well, this is going to be a penalty here against North Park. It's a bench minor, unsportsmanlike conduct. Not sure exactly what happened, but it's Meller to the box. It's a 5-on-3 for the next minute and 7 seconds. And so it must have been something said from the bench. And so now it's Tenenbaum winning that back toward Bickoff. We'll do it all over again as Bickoff just able to cover up. And so with 1:04 left to go in this 5-on-3, there'll be an abbreviated 53-second power play for the Stars thereafter if the Stars don't score during this 5-on-3. That puck comes off the glass. Rosick settles it down nicely across for O'Day. Over for Bizarro, who sends it across the zone. In front, Bickoff gets stick on puck. Makes the save. Stars still with possession. Nikolaitis across. Works it up to Rosick at the blue line. Tees one up for O'Day. Back to Rosick, who can stalk on in. A lot of ice out there with just 8 skaters. It's Rosick able to turn through the offensive end. He gets pushed wide there. Drops it for Bizarro. Bizarro works that all the way across. He was looking for Rosick, who had popped up on the left wing. Rosick now at the near point, across for O'Day. O'Day can walk to the top of that far circle. Now in the mid slot, down low, shot and scored for Bizarro. Well, that's a Dominic Bizarro power play goal with 11:07 left to go in this second period. The Stars score on the 5-on-3, And not only have they taken a 1-goal lead, but they'll still have a 5-on-4 for the next minute and 13 seconds here at Abe Stark, assuming no more paperwork in the meantime. This is Tenenbaum, Grebin, Keyworth, and Samosi. As the 4 in blue, it's Russo, Rosick, Bergman, O'Day, and Viscoso as the 5 in white. It's North Park flicking that toward the offensive end. Grebin pulls it farther, gets that puck back, shoots in. Puck still loose in front, jumped on by Weiss. And it was a strong save by Weiss in the end to get to that puck before Tenenbaum was able to touch it home. And it's a shot on goal by North Park. Nothing more in the shorthanded sequence. 10:52 remaining to play in this middle frame. 58 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the home team. This is Tenenbaum at the dot. Clean win back to Keyworth, who's actually going to stop and get the shot off. Kicked aside by Weiss, thrown in by Samosi, shot in by Tenenbaum, saved by Weiss. It's now the Stars getting that puck over to O'Day, near side of the ice. He can stalk out. Still 40 seconds left to go on the man advantage here for the Stars. North Park's had the better of it since the Stars scored. And this is a 2-on-2, Tenenbaum and Grebin. Grebin in the slot awaits the pass from Tenenbaum, who works it up to Keyworth. Look out, it's deflected in front, puck still loose, washed out of the play. Was Grebin there. North Park wanted a penalty call. They're not going to get it. And so with 15 seconds left to go on the man advantage, the Stars go offside. And the Stars bench unhappy with the offside call there. It was a tight one for sure, but as you can see on the replay, it was Grebin washed out of the play after deflecting it on net. Took one in the back. North Park wanted a call, but they're not going to get it there as the puck was on Grebin's stick. And so unless it were a cross-check, the hit was a legal one. And it's the Stars winning that forward only so far as Halpern, who can flick that all the way down as there's still time on the man advantage here for the Stars. 9:55 left to go. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And it's the Stars gaining the offensive end. Isakov on the puck, looking for Gorloff toward the net front. Instead, it's Tenenbaum trying to jam that out of the zone. Stars get it right back. It's the New York Stars working it up to Ramos near point. Shot in, kicked aside by Bikoff, and it was cleaned up well by Halpern as the Stars retain possession. Ramos in, saved by Bikoff once more, jabbed all the way around to that far side of the ice, and the Stars keep the zone. It's the Stars throwing it off the side of the twine. Halpern now able to skate this up to the top of the zone. He finds Meyerowicz streaking forward. Bigliotti stops to not go offside. Meyerowicz tries to pick that far corner. It was blockered down by Weiss. Rolls to the side of the net and will get a stoppage in play. So some good pushback here from North Park after the Stars' goal, but the Stars still getting their chances at the other end of the ice. 9:06 left to play. Shots in the second period, that is. Shots 24-21 on the board in the rink in the Stars' favor. And this will be Meller against Russo at the face-off dot. Rosick, O'Day, and Bergman man the slot to try to keep Sweeney out from sending something in. That's dangerous. It's Farrell keeping the zone, sending it to some open ice. Turning is O'Day for the puck. Kishlevsky able to pick off a pass, tries to send it to the low slot. It hits a stick, and so the Stars come away with the puck. It's Bergman up the right wing into the offensive end. Stops, dangles in the slot, still in. And that puck never crossed the line. Bikoff gets spilled, as does Bergman. And it was a good save there from Bikoff. Bergman would have had maybe the goal of the year candidate there, as he had gone all the way from one end to another. And it was just the save of Bikoff that kept him out. With 8:43 left to go here in the second, nearly halfway through this game, and time enough to say thank you so much for joining us right here on Midnight Sports. It's early on a Super Bowl Sunday, and we wouldn't want you to be any other place. Howitzer in there from O'Day, goes just wide of the net, and so back goes Viscoso. He'll send it up strong side to clear the danger. North Park still needs to get out of the offensive end. They do. And it'll be Farrow at his own blue line, jamming a player up, but here come the Stars anyway, as Russo able to send that in on net. Stick to side by Bickoff. Rosick picks up, works it up toward O'Day. North Park all over the puck there. Momentum carries that puck out, and Russo resets. Rosick was trying to get back on side, dove for it, but the puck came across the blue line just a little too soon. And so with 8:08 left to go here in the second, this will be a face-off in the neutral zone, far side of the ice, just outside the North Park end. Tenenbaum, Grebin, Vigliotti, Samosi, and Halpern join Bizarro, Bolognic, Nicolaitis, O'Day, and Viscoso on the ice. North Park comes forward with the puck. It's Tenenbaum in tight, shooting, saved by Weiss. Follow-up saved by Weiss. And it'll be the Stars sending that puck up into the netting on the zone exit. It was a couple of beauties from Johnny Weiss in the blue paint, as North Park had made something out of nothing on that neutral zone drop. But Weiss said no, and he said it twice. This will be Bolognic and Tenenbaum at the dot. Tenenbaum stops, and saves the puck there for Grebin, who shoots on in. Weiss with the save. And Samosi curls back to the neutral zone for the puck. Finds Halpern there. Halpern on up for Tenenbaum, who can jab that puck farther. This is North Park trying to get the puck toward the net front. Vigliotti side of the cage, throws it in front. It's found there, and it comes off the post on the Tenenbaum shot. Weiss might have gotten a piece of it. The Stars live to fight another day on that one. Headman pass up toward Bizarro, just out of his reach, so Tenenbaum back for it. Works it over to Samosi. Samosi on up, chipped out by Grebin, who can go for a line change, as the Stars have the puck in their own end. On up toward Bizarro. That one goes off a skate. Druda across. He's going to find Rosick, who pulls it off the advertising boards for Bizarro. Bizarro into the mid slot. Now the near circle. And it'll roll off his stick, so he chips it up to Ramos. And Bickoff with a stick, able to slide that out of trouble, as Samosi works that puck off the boards for Finkelstein. He'll chip it forward. Stars dump that back in, but this one's going to go. Well, it looked like for an icing. The arm was raised for it, and the back official changed his mind, and so Halpern flicks that puck on up to Finkelstein. Finkelstein joined by Meller and Meyerowicz on the rush. O'Day gets back, rolling puck. Good stick lift there by the Stars. Prevents the threat at first. The Keyworth shot goes wide. Halpern goes all the way back. He's going to be forechecked by Bizarro, and the Stars will make a change here on the quick up from North Park. It's O'Day, who remained on the ice to pick up that puck in his own end, surrounded there by a couple of North Parkers. But he did well to get the puck out of trouble. And now that long pass in goes for an icing off a North Park stick. 5:59 left to go here in the second. It's a pitcher's duel down on the boardwalk. And a defensive zone drop coming up for North Park on the near side of the ice. This is Isikoff at the dot. He'll match up against Tenenbaum. It's one over toward the half wall. Stars eventually get control. Gorloff shoots that in. It's kicked aside by Bickoff. Bergman back on the puck, far side of the ice, comes off his stick. And the Stars retain possession through Isikoff, who dumps that puck on in. Pulling it off the boards there is Viscoso. He'll work that puck from the near side of the ice down just a bit deeper, and Isikoff can collect off the stick of Gorloff. Keyworth across to try and separate man from puck. Stars still possessed, though, all the way at the end boards. Farrow and Tenenbaum watch a man there as that puck comes around to the near side. Sweeney's going to fire in on it, jabs it up toward Keyworth, and then that one's going to be sticked farther by Koslewski. No icing here. Koslewski and Viscoso go back for the puck. Viscoso first to it, works it to O'Day. It's O'Day. Headman pass connects to Bergman into the offensive end. Farrow, good stick work there. Able to prevent the threat, and Sweeney can come in the other direction. He's 1-on-3 into the offensive end. Carries the puck, and he can dump in and go for a change. as the Stars emerge with it. It is Meller forcing the early shot in from the Stars. It was on net. Bickoff with the save. And so turning is Halpern to survey his options. Works it past Isikoff. Viscoso, though, is going to pick up that loose puck. Isikoff had done well to deflect that puck to his teammate. 4.5 left to go in this second period as Nikolaitis fires in on the puck. He gets it on the forehand, shooting in. Bickoff fights it off. It's dropped down low, and Bizarro just ran out of real estate there to try and touch that one home. The goal scorer gets it back, though, in the corner, works it deeper, and now Halpern able to cycle it over for Samosi. Samosi was looking for Vigliotti on a breakout instead. That puck goes for an icing with 4:05 left to go in the second. Shots 30-26 right now in the Stars' favor. And we've got ourselves a good hockey game here down on the boardwalk. It's Meller facing off against Bolonik at the dot. Bolonik wins it forward, shoots and scores. Oh, just like that. Bolonik able to pick a corner off the faceoff. And with 4:01 remaining to go in the second period, it's a Bolo goal off the faceoff. Won it to himself, picked a corner, and turned this into a 2-0 hockey game. Well, it'll be Tenenbaum against Bolonik, the goal scorer. And the Stars with a clean win on that faceoff. It's Meyerowicz able to dispossess and work over to Tenenbaum, who dumps in for Finkelstein to give chase. Stars try to surround the puck there. Druda did well to jam it up long enough for Bolonik to come away with it. Long pass up toward Bizarro. He's going to pick it up in the offensive end. He shoots in. Bickoff gets down, leg save, and he's able to work it up to Meyerowicz. Was Finkelstein there, and Finkelstein will have to give chase. Stars pick up that puck in the neutral zone. Staying onside was Bolonik on the zone entry by Nikolaitis. That puck hits a couple of sticks, and the Stars through Ramos have to go all the way back for it. It's Ramos on up for Bolonik. Back to Ramos. Ramos in full stride here. He's one-on-one. He's in all alone. He gets hooked a bit, but losing his stick was Samosi. He let go of his stick so as not to take the penalty. Ramos had gone end-to-end on that one, and it was a Bickoff save that prevented the Stars from turning this into a 3-0 hockey game. Samosi back for the puck, right in front of his netminder, watched wide by Bizarro, but Samosi can skate that up to the blue line and keep going. It's still Samosi, joined by Meyerowicz on the rush. Tries to lower the shoulder past Druda and leave for Meyerowicz in front. The Stars able to sniff that one out and come back in the other direction. It's Bolonik and Bizarro. Bolonik thinks about a drop pass and then considers going top corner again, and does. And just like that, Bolonik picks that top corner and turns this into a 3-0 hockey game. Well, a little late on the goal horn there, but it was Bolonik who went right back to the top corner as he had off the face-off a couple of moments ago. And all of a sudden, the Stars have turned a 1-0 game into a 3-0 game and given themselves a little breathing room with 2.5 left to play in the second. It's Russo off the face-off, carrying that into the offensive end. Cross goes Kishlevsky to send that up and out of the zone. It'll be O'Day taking over once more, works it up to Russo, dumps it into the offensive end, and the Stars dump it in once more as that puck had pinballed around, but now Rosick gets in tight. Rosick tries to go through the slot. Instead, it's Sweeney able to work it up and out of the zone. Meller kicks that puck farther. The Stars will have to pick up back in their own end. Stars on the puck. They send it across, but Meller able to intercept and turn that puck back toward the Stars zone. O'Day sets up a play once more. Touched in there by Russo, so Keyworth will give chase. It's Keyworth on the puck and tries to send it off the back of the net to himself. Pinching in was Bergman to try to dispossess all the way up to O'Day now. He'll shoot in, and that puck was stopped by Keyworth in the mid-slot, and it's Keyworth striding forward. Match stride for stride by Viscoso. One-timer off the stick there of Koslewski, and the Stars back in action in the other direction. They'll skate toward the offensive end. It's Rosick and O'Day combining to keep the puck in the zone. Across goes Keyworth to cycle the puck just a bit deeper for Halpern, who takes a hit from Bergman but gets it to the top of the zone. And now Koslewski tries to jam that up and out. It's Tenenbaum swiping it farther. That puck didn't ever come out of the zone until eventually it was sent deep off a North Park stick for an icing. 55.3 left to play here in the second. And it's a defensive zone draw for North Park. Samosi, Halpern, Tenenbaum, Grebin, Vigliotti are going to match up with Isikoff, Bolognic, Gorloff, Ramos, and Druda on the ice. Well, it's Tenenbaum getting the better of Bolognic that time as the puck racked to the near side. Vigliotti releases and sends it up and out of the zone. Picked off by Isikoff, right back into the offensive end. Tries to throw it toward the net. Samosi gets skate in the way. And Tenenbaum picks up that loose puck, works it back to Vigliotti, who sends it to the near half wall. And now that rolling puck sticked up to the blue line by North Park. Bolognic takes over at the logo. It's Bolognic turning. He's on a hat trick here as he comes toward the side of the net. Samosi able to wash him out of the play. And the Stars retain possession behind the net. They try to jab it off the twine there. We should get a whistle if that puck won't leave the twine, but it does. Samosi spins it around toward Vigliotti, near side of the ice. Vigliotti, long pass, hops over one Star stick, but not Russo's, who sends it back in. 5 seconds left to go here. Long pass up for North Park, but that's going to do it for the second period. After 2, it's the New York Stars 3, North Park 0. Stick around. We're going to put 15 on the board. Do it one last time here from the boardwalk. This is Midnight Sports. All right, we're back. 15 on the board as promised. A 3-0 lead for the New York Stars. They're leading in shots, 33-26 right now on the board. That's a North Park face-off win. Vigliotti spins it to some open ice. It'll be Nicolaitis picking up, though. Sending up and out. Look out. Here come the Stars. Farrow gets back in this 2-on-1 all the way across. Back pass and saved nicely by Bickoff. He got a piece of it and then throws that out. He punched it out of the zone. Tenenbaum can come back in the other direction. This game is all gas, no brakes right now, folks, as North Park sends that in on net. Weiss fights it off to the near side of the ice. Farrow able to pinch in, keep the zone for a moment. And it'll be Grebin trying to collect that puck, but it rolls to Bizarro. Tenenbaum reaches for it. He had gotten back to deputize for Farrow, as Farrow had pinched in to try and hold the zone in the early going. It's Bizarro and Farrow in on the puck, but it emerges to Nicolaitis, who fires in. That hits a man in front. Farrow can send that up and out. It was Grebin looking for the home run pass, and he finds it. Druda gets across, but Vigliotti to receive that trailing pass. Leaves for Meller. Back down to Vigliotti now. Comes up to Grebin, spun in front, and it was O'Day this time. O'Day and Druda doing well out there to prevent any Grebin chance. And now it's Weiss with the puck in his glove off the long shot from the near side of the ice. And so 13:45 left to go in this game, and it is a 3-0 Stars lead. Offensive zone drop near side of the ice for North Park. Meller matched up there with Isikoff. Worked farther by Finkelstein. It's North Park trying to get stick on puck. Instead, the Stars with a zone exit. Bergman in full flight carries that across the blue line, curls toward the slot. On the backhand, he's able to hold the zone. Good edge work there from the old 1-1 in the Stars uniform. This will be Meller flicking that off the glass toward Finkelstein. Finkelstein on the puck for a moment, tries to jab it farther. And now it's Bergman working that deeper in the zone. Isikoff with possession, sends it all the way across the ice. Big Alec O'Day steps into that one, kicked aside by Bickoff. And now Isikoff back on the puck near side, spins it down low toward Bergman, fired in by Viscoso. It was Halpern who deflected it wide. And North Park through Samosi can get back on that puck and work it over toward Halpern. Meyerowicz flicks it off the boards for Halpern. Stretch pass up to Meller. Comes off his stick, but it's just as good as a dump in, so North Park can go for a change. Quick up here for the Stars. Bergman stretches that puck into the offensive zone. He shoots just high of the cage. It hits the curved wall, comes all the way out. And now Viscoso able to pick up that puck and dump in once again. Stars happy to kill off some of this game as Keyworth spills in that far side, but he worked it over to Sweeney, who gets the return pass to Keyworth. Keyworth skates past one and looks to skate past two. Instead, he'll curl with it as North Park tries to get its personnel right on the ice. Koslevsky able to send that into the offensive end. O'Day and Tenenbaum match up there. And it was O'Day who got the better of it at first. But Tenenbaum got the puck over to Koslevsky. In any event, Stars get right back out of their zone. Russo takes the Rosick pass into the offensive end. Curls wide, throws it in front. That was swept clean by Farrow, and then shot in front, and way out of his net was Bickoff to prevent any deflection in front. And so it'll be Tenenbaum trying to work that puck into the offensive end. Instead, the Stars come right back in the other direction. Shot in by Rosick toward the near post, and the shot just a bit wide. And so this is Sweeney picking up the puck with some ice ahead of him as North Park makes a change. He fires it in on net, and Halpern sprints in to try and hold the zone. North Park does that for a moment, and the Stars do emerge with it through Rosick, joined by Russo on this rush. It's Rosick all the way in, trying to lift it up and over Bickoff. Instead, that puck went over the net, and so North Park again tries to break out near side of the ice. It's Grebin flicking it up toward Keyworth. Keyworth carries it farther, but it rolls off a couple of sticks, and it'll be covered by Weiss in net. And so with 10:59 left to go in this game, an offensive zone drop for North Park. And both teams, if they want, can get some new skaters on the ice. This will be Bolonic at the dot, matching up with Meller. Meller wins it to Grebin, official in the way, as The official often is when the puck is dropped on this side of the ice. Couldn't have been a shot in. It's jabbed, though, on net by North Park. Then gets caught in a couple of skates. It was Weiss with a big save on that far side. Bigliotti spins it across. That was kicked toward the net front. And now we're going to get a call here as the net has come off its moorings once again on that side of the ice. And so an offensive zone drop coming up for North Park as the net gets fixed. 10:37 left to go in this game. Shots 37-31 in the Stars' favor. And the numbers they care more about, 3-0 in their favor on the scoreboard. Farrow gamely keeps the zone there, works it down to Meller, who finds Grebin. And the return pass back to Meller. How did that stay out? Oh, Weiss with a big save. And then the puck went just wide. It's Keyworth now trying to body Bizarro. Bizarro keeps on ticking and now gets crunched at the end boards. And he gives a Farrow what for. I don't think they're talking about the Super Bowl anymore out there, as Bizarro got crunched at the end boards. And wanted to remind Farrow that he was still there and ready to rumble as necessary. You can see it right on the replay. It was Keyworth who was giving Bizarro a rough ride all the way in, and then it turned into a Bizarro sandwich. And credit to 00 there. He never lost his skates. He kept on going, and he was able to give a little cross check of his own as that scrum was separating. All right, North Park gets the puck out of their zone, and it's Tenenbaum with Meyerowicz in a 2-on-1, fired in, glove down nicely by Weiss. Onward we play. 9:44 left to go here in the third as North Park's pressing to try and get their first goal of the day, hoping maybe that will open the floodgates to get back into this one. Shot in, Weiss with a big save, puck still loose, jab still loose, cross check to the back, no call coming, and onward we play. It was Meyerowicz who was upended at the net front, and in fairness, if there wasn't going to be a call on the hit to Bizarro, there probably wasn't going to be one on the hit to Meyerowicz. Looks like, though, we're going to play on here as Samosi tries a drop pass back toward Meyerowicz. And the Stars able to get that puck out of the zone with 9 minutes left to play. Halpern can dump on in. It's Weiss who's been the man of the minute here of late. North Park was pressing for that first goal, and Weiss rejected all comers. And so, not unlike me, asking all the girls to the high school dance, the answer was no each time from Johnny Weiss. Onward we play here as Sweeney gets that toward the neutral zone, and then the Stars go offside with 8:38 left to go in the third. This will be a neutral zone drop. Now you can see the Weiss saves there, saying no again and again. And then Meyerowicz was upended. Halpern wanted the call, wasn't going to get it. And so this will be Steph Gorloff able to dump that puck into the offensive end. Keyworth retrieves. Keyworth backs off, surveys his options, looking for that long stretch pass. Instead, he's going to skate it up and out himself. Keyworth into the offensive end. He shoots in, and Weiss freezes this puck. And so we get another stoppage in play with 8:17 left to go here in the third. This is North Park on the far side of the ice, getting some new skaters out there for this offensive drop. You've got to think with 8:17 left to play that if they're going to make some noise in this game, they're going to need to do it relatively soon, as it's Bergman carrying into the offensive end. Bigliotti did well to tie up Rosick to prevent the shot from coming in, but Rosick gets it right back, throws it toward the slot, and that one sniffed out by Samosi, who jabs it all the way up to the point. Truda holds the zone, puck rolls to Halpern, and he can send that to the far side and find Bigliotti, who swipes it up and out for Samosi. He pulls it off the boards, and now it's the Stars all the way across into the offensive end. Rosick throws it to some open ice. Bergman on the puck on that far side. Bergman still on the puck, jabs it up to the point. Druda can dump that in toward Russo. One-timer shot and scored by Rosick. Well, it was a puck that fluttered all the way through the zone. And it was Rosick who left no doubt about it after some good work on the far side of the ice. And then Russo saw him all alone in the bumper position. Russo worked it to the back post. And Rosick able to snap that one home right into the roof of the net and give the Stars a 4-0 lead. Well, this is now Viscoso at his own blue line, works that up toward Bizarro, just out of his reach. North Park will come back in the other direction. Meyerowicz sends that on goal, shrugged off by Weiss, and now it's Meyerowicz trying to get in business in the offensive end. Worked up to Farrow, thrown in, looking for a deflection, rolls in front, cleaned up nicely by the alternate captain Viscoso. Sends that into the neutral zone. Farrow able to send that puck toward the neutral zone, but Bizarro dispossesses him there, and that puck filtered down just a bit by the Stars, but not far enough as Meyerowicz clears that zone, and now O'Day into the corner. No arm raised there for a hold on either player. They're letting them play out there today as Bizarro upends a man. And it was Finkelstein he took out. Now he's skated past Meyerowicz. He looks for Belonik into the offensive end. Keyworth gets body position. He's able to kick that puck to his own stick. Try to work past Nicolaitis. He does. Finds Farrow. Zone exit not on. Bizarro keeps it in. So across goes Keyworth for the puck. He's going to send that up to the blue line. And it'll be Meyerowicz back to Keyworth, who tries to jab that puck across the zone. Nicolaitis is all over him there. Rolling puck to Nicolaitis' stick, but it's Keyworth that comes away with it. And so we're going to get a big hit on the near side of the ice. Meller takes one from Nicolaitis, who was without a stick, and goes to the bench, but dancing in is Rosick. It's Rosick in tight. He shoots and scores. Well, we called it for Rosick, but actually it was Belonik. Only saw the 6, not the 8. And that is a Ryan Bolo hat trick here today as Belonik picked that corner, shot and scored. Well, can't wait to listen back to that one on Instagram, as we called the wrong name up here in the booth to start, but in fact it was the old 8-6 for the Stars, who was able to shoot and score, get his 3rd of the day, and a pat on the back from Coach O'Brien there. And what surely now is a comfortable Stars lead. It's Bikoff fighting that one off. The long shot this time it was from Rosick as we tick toward 5:40 left to play. It's Tenenbaum on up toward Kishlevsky, met there by Druda. Puck comes out of the zone. Back for it is Gorloff, who can chase it down and send it over to Ramos. Ramos across for Druda once more. Flicked up and out of the Stars zone. Rosick sends it farther, but Tenenbaum's back for it at the logo. Tenenbaum stalks into the offensive end. Tenenbaum still on the puck. Will throw that toward the side of the cage. Bodies flying everywhere. And the net once again off its moorings here, as there was a lot of traffic at the side of the net. And that traffic eventually bumped into it, moving the net out of position. 5:15 left to go in this game. And this will be a face-off in the Stars' end. It's Tenenbaum trying to work that puck forward. Halpern dumps it in from the blue line. Sweeney across, just misses a couple of North Park sticks. Onward we play here as Bergman takes over possession of the puck, and Druda is able to work that all the way across. Bergman gets the return pass from Ramos. Bergman into the offensive end, pushed wide there by Halpern. And now it's Tenenbaum and Halpern going to work in that corner. It's going to be a call against North Park here as Kishlevsky touches up. And so with 4:44 left to go, it's a call against Halpern. And he'll go to the box for cross-checking with 4:44 left to play here at Abe Stark. Well, North Park not in action next weekend due to the holiday weekend, but the Stars are. And so go ahead and give a like, follow, or subscription to Midnight Sports so you don't miss a moment of New York Stars or North Park 18U action. Well, I say the Stars are. That's actually not clear as Bickoff makes a huge glove save on the far side of the ice. Perhaps both teams taking the holidays off. And so that's why it's all the more important to go ahead and give a like, follow, or subscription to the Midnight Sports YouTube channel. Or you can find us on Instagram at midnight_sports. And you'll be up to date with all the broadcasts so you can watch all that hockey from the comfort of your couch. This is the Stars working that puck on the power play, point to point. O'Day can dump on in toward Bergman. Jousting in front is Russo. Bergman comes side of the cage. Bickoff gets the helmet across. The shot hits the outside of the iron. It's now O'Day flicking it right back down to Bergman, shooting in. Bickoff with the save. And it's cleared by Keyworth, up and out. This puck's going to roll all the way to Rosick's stick in his own end. Under 4 left to play, as it'll be Rosick with some speed on the zone break-in. It's Rosick trying to get that puck toward the net front instead. Farrow clears that up toward Meller. And now we're going to get a stoppage here for interference, as Bergman had chopped the stick out of Meller's hands. And he'll go to the box, making this a 4-on-4 for the next 58 seconds, and then an abbreviated 1-and-2-second power play for North Park. Assuming no paperwork in the meantime. 3:42 left to play in this game, and it's a face-off all the way down in the Stars' end. Keyworth, Finkelstein, Samosi, and Tenenbaum match up against Nicolaitis, Bizarro, Ramos, and Druda. It's Tenenbaum taking his position at the dot, and it's chipped over toward Finkelstein. Keyworth able to hold that puck in the zone. It rolls off a stick eventually, and the Stars break out of the zone. Pizarro up toward Nicolaitis. Partial break here for Nicolaitis. He shoots and Bickoff gets a piece. Spilled puck in front. Now Druda fires in. Fought off by Bickoff. Couple of big saves there by Bickoff, as the Stars had pressed in this 4-on-4 action. It's Tenenbaum trying to work that puck over towards Samosi. And the rolling puck comes to a Stars stick, but Keyworth with the shot block. And now it's Samosi working that to Keyworth, near side of the ice. Firing forward is Tenenbaum. He was looking for the headman pass, but Ramos had done well to cut it out. And so the pass goes for an icing instead. 11 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. 2:55 left to go in this game. And the Stars comfortably ahead now. 5-0 here down on the boardwalk. It's Vigliotti, Grebin, Farrow, and Samosi matching up against Bolonik. He of the hat-trick, Russo, Viscoso, and O'Day. It's Farrow jabbing that over towards Samosi, who sends it back to Farrow. Farrow then uses the curved wall to find Vigliotti, who chips it off the boards up and out. Reaching for it is Grebin. Grebin now into the offensive end, but it's North Park that went offside, and so North Park with a 5-on-4 for the next 59 seconds here at Abe Stark. The only question is, will the scoreline change between now and the 2 minutes and 41 seconds we have left to go in this game? This is Tenenbaum at the dot, matching up against Bolonik. Tenenbaum wins it to Halpern in the neutral zone. Halpern will cross center ice into the offensive end. Halpern there, drop pass for Tenenbaum, who dumps it in toward Halpern. Halpern picks up now, watched wide by Viscoso, across toward Grebin. Back on down. Grebin tries to receive that puck. It's kept in by Tenenbaum for a moment, but then touched by Bolonik, up and out. Bolonik gets it to the neutral zone, no farther, as Tenenbaum across his blue line now to pick up that puck. 2:10 left to play in this game. 27 seconds left to go on the man advantage for North Park. Halpern in, nearly all alone, shoots, and that's gloved by Weiss. And frozen there with 2:03 remaining to play in this game. Offensive zone drop for North Park. Stars can make a change if they want on this penalty kill. On comes Bizarro and Gorloff, joining O'Day and Viscoso as the four skaters in white on the ice. It's Halpern taking that face-off win, working it over to Samosi, who returns the pass in the slot, dumping on down for the Stars, and Tenenbaum shoots in, puck in the air, and sent in on Weiss. He makes two stops in sequence and quick succession, and we get another stoppage here with 1:48 left to play. Still 6 seconds left to go on the man advantage for North Park in the waning moments of this game. Now it's Figliotti working that up to Samosi, who works it to Halpern, on down to Grebin. Grebin will kick that stick to, or skate to stick, I should say, as the puck rolls to the side of the cage. But we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here, as it's Tenenbaum trying to get that puck a little bit deeper in the zone. Isakov collects, finds Gorloff on the stretch pass, joined by Bizarro all the way into the offensive end. Bizarro picks up there, side of the cage, backhander, blocker to side by Bickoff. It's now the Stars keeping the puck in the zone as Gorloff gets it back, works it down to Isakov, awaiting in the low slot is Bizarro. Puck up to Ramos, in tight, goes just wide on a deflection. Bizarro picks back up, works it up toward the point, but Grebin intercepts, and now it's a 3-on-2 for North Park as they'll find Tenenbaum. Tenenbaum curls toward the slot. That puck was saved and then went off the side of the post after the Weiss save, and so Bizarro tries the zone exit, can't get it. He got tripped up. Grebin shoots in, but it was Ramos. Stick on puck. The Stars felt aggrieved after Bizarro was tripped up, but it ended up being no harm, no foul, as the Grebin shot was deflected up into the netting with 41.1 left to go. Shots 47-43 in the Stars' favor. And this will be Tenenbaum matching up against Russo, far side of the ice. You'd expect Russo to use his patented face-off move of a stick lift and tie-up, and that's exactly what he did to get that puck over toward the half wall. And emerging with it are the Stars toward the near side of the ice. It was Bolonic who had worked it over for Bergman, and now Bergman gets that puck back. Calling for it was Rosick in the middle of the ice. 20 seconds left to go. Sent forward by Druda, but it was a softball. That was on net. We'll see if there's going to be a penalty called here as we get a whistle with 16 and a half left to go after the Bickoff save. Going to the box here is Bergman as the officials try to keep control of this game. It's Bergman to the box for roughing. And it's not going to matter anywhere but the score sheet as the Stars comfortably ahead by 5 with just 16 and a half seconds left to play. But time enough to say thank you so much for joining us right here on Midnight Sports. We could do it without you, but we wouldn't. And we wouldn't want to either. This is Tenenbaum at the dot. One over to the half wall by Russo. Keyworth able to get a shot off, but it's deflected wide. 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage here, and in the game, excuse me, as North Park dumps that puck in, but that's going to do it here from Abe Stark as the net off its moorings, but the clock runs anyway, and so we've gone final. It's the New York Stars 5, North Park 0. Thanks so much for joining us for this New York State Amateur Hockey Association Tier 2 qualifying game. We'll see you next time right here on Midnight Sports. Until then, stay safe.